What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Next Gen Nero back with another review. Yes, that's back-to-back days. I'm dropping one. Welcome back to the channel. I'm going to give my thoughts and opinions on Atomic Heart. And I'm going to start the video off by saying this game is good, but it could have been great. It could have been better, right? So the premise of the game is, a global system failure has happened at a Soviet facility, and it leads the machines to rebel against the people. You play somebody by the name of Major P3, Agent P3. Your task is to eliminate the problem before it becomes like a large scale accident, and you want to prevent the leakage around, right? Now the story, I want to start with the story. The story for me, the story was pretty good. It had plot twists and it had moments in it where I didn't see it coming, but then it had other moments where I'm like, okay, I could have seen that coming from a mile away. I just want to also give credit to the developer before I continue. Mudfish, and it was published by Focus Entertainment. I think this was a pretty good game, man, overall, but I do feel like it could have been better. So okay, so like I said, the story, I don't want to spoil anything, but the story was pretty good. The ending kind of caught me off guard. It was a little twist at the end, which I kind of enjoyed. My biggest complaint about this game really is I feel like it didn't need the open world sections. I feel like it could have just been a linear game, like something like BioShock 1 or BioShock 2, where it's just more linear, a set path. You got little areas to explore. The whole kind of open world sections to me was kind of pointless, because now it's just like you're breaking up the flow of the game to drive 900 meters to the next story point, and it's really nothing interesting in between but a bunch of robots that's you're gonna waste your resources on killing just to get to the next boss fight and have to buy more resources. Also, this game do not hold your hand, which in my opinion is a good thing. I'm a grown ass man. I don't need games holding my hands, telling me this, that, and the third. So it is good, but some of the mechanics I feel like could have been explained better. Maybe a tutorial, something just to really get you more in depth and as far as like, the skills and upgrading and stuff like that. But that's a minor complaint. So my second complaint, second to the, unnecessary open hub and open world areas, is the voice acting from the main protagonist is extremely cheesy and cringy, to say the least. Like, you are a whole agent fighting killer robots, and your response to a lot of the situations, and I quote, crispy critters. Are you fucking kidding me? Crispy critters? Like, dude, grow the fuck up, bro. That, I did not like that. I feel like he talked too much. His dialogue was cringe. I wish they would have got, a little more serious from him. But I get it. They're trying to fit the aesthetic of the game and have a little comedy twist on it. But for me personally, the main protagonist wasn't too likable with the cringy dialogue. I feel like that could have been better. Now, what this game does well is the enemy design and the way these robots fight. The way the martial arts, it reminds me of iRobot, and I love that movie. So just the way the robots move and fight is hilarious. I don't know which dev had the idea to put little Hitler mustaches on the robots, but that is the funniest shit I've seen in a video game in a moment. I mean, in recent memory, right? I'll be in a party playing the game and I'll laugh with my friends like, bro, who put these Hitler mustaches on these robots? It's really funny, especially when they come in close doing martial arts and shit like that. Another thing the game gets right is the boss fights, right? The boss fights to me was very challenging, even on normal difficulty, which I played and completed the game on. It was very challenging. I can only imagine the higher difficulties, and I can see a lot of people getting ran off this game just from the difficulty alone. Sometimes it's unnecessary difficulty spikes, a really overwhelming amount of enemies, and you got to really get good and spec your character to the point where you can become dominant and become, quote unquote OP, to kind of beat these people and these robots when they start to overwhelm you in numbers. It's really the numbers that get you. It's not one single enemy that's a problem in this game for me. But when you got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 enemies, and then you mix the different type of enemies that do different type of shit, the game can get difficult. So, I can see people complaining about that, but my response to that is to get good, man. It's an easy option. Drop down to that if it's really, kicking your ass that much. Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm a skilled shooter in these first-person shooters, and this game kicked my ass a couple times. I had to retry a couple boss fights multiple times. So Another thing this game gets right is just the combat alone, the feel of the combat, the punchiness of the guns and the melee weapons. It's hit or miss sometimes with melee, but the shotgun, I was really a shotgun bandit the entire game. You know, I tried to upgrade the shotgun the most, and I relied on that. And my electric pistol that, you know, once you upgrade, you can hold LT, the aim button, and they'll charge up a big electric pulse. That was really useful for some of these boss fights, especially later boss fights. And the last thing I think this game gets really good and right is not the last thing, the second to last thing is the graphics. This game looks fucking amazing. For this game to have been a cross-gen game, right? You know, shout out to Mudfish. You guys did amazing as far as graphics. And, you know, I played it a few months after release, which is why I'm releasing this video now. Because nowadays with these AAA games, man, it's best to not play day one, man, because it'll ruin your experience. You know, crashes, and even this game crashed this late into the release, right? Man, the crashes was annoying. It only crashed twice, and it released in February, and here I am beating it in July. So it's like, you know, that was frustrating to see. But it's understandable. It's not a lot of AAA games that's launching nowadays that's extremely polished and well released on the technical side of things. But like I said, graphics, as you can see in the background, I'm gonna put plenty of screenshots in here as well. Looks amazing, man. The game looks amazing. It feels amazing, and it just recently got a 120 FPS option. So, you know, if that's your thing, I recommend it. Yeah, man. So the graphics is great. And the last thing I want to say they got really, you know, they did really well and got right is the ending of the game. I'm not going to spoil anything, but for those who beat the game, the ending kind of sets up a sequel, or at least some DLC, which is already confirmed, and if I'm not mistaken, it's coming out soon. But I would be all down for Atomic Heart 2. I didn't pay for Atomic Heart. Like I said, shout out to Game Pass. It was a day one Game Pass release. The value in that subscription service is amazing. I love it. If I paid full price for this game and didn't get it through Game Pass, I might be coming at it from a more negative point of view. Truth be told, just from the crashes and the dialogue alone, I'll be like, all right, you know. But, you know, getting it for free 99 with Game Pass, man, that was you know, it was a great experience, man. If I had to put a number on it, I'd say 8 out of 10. If I really want to pick, maybe 7.5 out of 10, because that dialogue is really cringy. I'm not really a big fan of cringy dialogue, but when you get the boss fights right, the atmosphere of the game right, the graphics right, the combat right, you know, I can't just sit here and shit on the game just because of the, you know, the story and the dialogue is lackluster. Salute the Mudfish. Thank you, Game Pass, and shout out to Focus Entertainment and for Divinity for publishing the game. Like I said, I definitely recommend it, man. It's a good game, but like I said, it could have been great. I'm definitely looking forward to the DLC and the sequel to this game. It's been your boy Next Gen Nero. Check this game out if you got Game Pass. Let me know if you beat it below, if you didn't beat it, what you like, what you didn't like. It's been real. Leave a like, subscribe, share this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.